The Los Angeles Chargers are not walking into this season like a team hoping things finally work out. They are walking in like a team that knows exactly what went wrong, and they spent the offseason attacking it from every angle. Justin Herbert has been asked to carry too much for too long, and now the whole plan around him looks different. New play caller, new protection, new speed, new answers. This is not just another team adding names and selling hope. This feels like a franchise trying to stop wasting the best years of its quarterback. And the scary part is, the change is not built around one big headline. It is built around pressure. Pressure on defenses. Pressure on the division. Pressure on every team that thought the Chargers were still the same group that could be slowed down when the pocket broke. Mike McDaniel steps into the offense with a system made to create space fast, and Jim Harbaugh still brings the kind of edge that wants to win games up front. That mix matters, because when a coach who loves physical football pairs with a play caller who knows how to make defenders chase air, suddenly Herbert is not just surviving anymore, he is hunting. But here is what nobody should ignore. This rebuild is not only about making the offense prettier, it is about making it harder to kill. The line has to hold. The run game has to punish. The tight ends have to change matchups. The receivers have to stretch the field. And somewhere inside this new setup, one forgotten piece could become the engine that makes everything move. That is why the Chargers feel dangerous now. Because before we talk about the new weapons, we have to talk about the night that forced this whole change in the first place. The Los Angeles Chargers did not lose that playoff game because their season was fake. They lost because the one weakness everyone could feel finally stood in the middle of the room. A 16-win New England Patriots team held them to 3 points, and that number hit harder than any hot take. Justin Herbert was still the same gifted quarterback, but the offense around him looked trapped. When a team with this much talent ends January feeling that small, the offseason stops being optional. The ugly truth was protection. Herbert was sacked 6 times in that wildcard loss, and the pressure kept changing the whole game before routes could breathe. During the season, the punishment had already piled up, because he took 54 sacks, a number no franchise should accept with a quarterback this good. Injuries to Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt made the job harder, but the lesson stayed clear. The Chargers could not keep asking Herbert to turn broken pockets into miracles and call it a plan. That night became the blueprint. Jim Harbaugh did not need another speech about toughness. Joe Ortiz did not need another reminder that the window is open. They needed a cleaner structure, a stronger front, and an offense that could survive when defenses got nasty. So the Chargers attacked the problem at its root, and that is where Mike McDaniel enters the story with an idea built to change everything, not just dress it up for another headline cycle. Mike McDaniel is not here to make Justin Herbert look cooler on paper. He is here to make every snap feel less like a street fight. That is the part that should worry the league. Herbert already has the arm, the size, and the calm face that never tells a defense what he is thinking. Now he gets a play caller who wants the ball out faster, the angles cleaner, and the easy throw waiting before the rush even arrives. This is where the Chargers become hard to read. One play can look like a run, then turn into a quick throw. One motion can pull a linebacker 2 steps out of place, then open the middle for a tight end or a receiver crossing behind him. McDaniel has made a living from that kind of stress. He does not ask the quarterback to be a superhero every down. He builds answers into the design, then lets the defense panic first. And that is why Jim Harbaugh giving him this offense feels dangerous. The Chargers still want to hit people. They still want to win with force. But now that force comes with misdirection, pace, and space. Alec Ingold matters here too, because he knows the system and can help the run and pass look the same. If timing clicks, every defender has to choose wrong before the play fully declares itself. But none of this works if the front cannot move, and that is where the real rebuild begins. The real rebuild is hiding in the trenches, and that is where the Los Angeles Chargers stopped talking and started fixing the problem. Justin Herbert can have the cleanest play design in football, but if the pocket caves before the route opens, nothing matters. That is why this offseason feels different. The Chargers did not just chase flash. They went after the part of the team that decides whether every other upgrade survives contact every single Sunday, with real purpose now. Butch Barry becomes a huge name here, because he is not walking into an empty room. He gets Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt on the edges, which gives the offense 2 serious anchors if health holds. Then the inside changes, with Tyler Biadasz, Cole Strange, and Jake Slaughter, the rookie second-rounder being asked to bring movement and fight into the guard mix. That tells you the plan. More athletic bodies, more timing, more linemen who can run, climb, and turn a simple handoff into a real threat. This is the piece that decides everything. If the front can move people, Mike McDaniel gets the full menu. Play action looks cleaner. The outside zone game gains bite. Alec Ingold becomes more than a blocker, because his motion can pull eyes and create doubt. And when linebackers take one wrong step, Herbert gets the window he was missing. The next question is, who attacks that open space? And the answer starts in a room that went from thin to dangerous. The tight end room used to feel like a place defenses could ignore until third down arrived. Now it feels like the part of the Los Angeles Chargers offense that can quietly ruin a game plan. That is the twist. Everyone sees the speed outside and the new bodies up front, but the middle of the field is where Justin Herbert may finally get the kind of answers that keep drives alive when pressure starts leaning on him. Oronde Gadsden II gives them a young target who can stretch into soft spots and make a quarterback comfortable. Then David Njoku brings real proof, real size, and real red zone danger. He has already produced at a high level, so defenses cannot treat him like a side piece. Add Charlie Kolar, and the room changes again, because he can block with purpose while still making the formation look dangerous. That balance is what makes the defense pause, and that pause is everything. Mike McDaniel can line these tight ends up tight, wide, in motion, or beside the tackle, and the defense still has to guess what is coming. Run fit or pass drop. Blitz or hesitate. Stay heavy or chase space. One wrong answer gives Herbert the clean window this offense was missing when the game gets tight and the margin gets smaller. But once those windows open inside, the outside receivers get a chance to turn this from steady into explosive. And that is where the next battle starts. Ladd McConkey did not disappear. That is the part defenses should fear. His rookie season made him look like the next safe answer for Justin Herbert. Then last year forced everyone to ask if the spark cooled off. But the drop was not about talent vanishing. It was about a tighter offense, more pressure, and less room to breathe. Even then, he still led the Chargers in receiving yards, which tells you the floor never cracked. Now the room gets more interesting, because Quentin Johnston brings a totally different problem. McConkey wins with timing, sharp breaks, and trust. Johnston wins when the ball hits his hands and defenders suddenly have to tackle a bigger body in space. His season carried real punch, with 51 catches for 735 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is not background noise. That is a player showing he can turn limited chances into damage. Then comes the part that changes the math. Keenan Allen gave the offense steady targets. But if those looks open up for younger weapons, this passing game can grow in a new direction. Mike McDaniel does not need every receiver doing the same job. He needs one who wins underneath, one who punishes after the catch, and one more piece who scares the top off the coverage. Herbert already has the arm to reach any blade of grass. The question is who gives him the space? And the next name might be the fastest answer on the roster. The late name is Brennan Thompson, and this is where the Los Angeles Chargers start feeling unfair. He was not brought in to become the whole passing game on day one. That is not the point. The point is speed. Real speed. The kind that makes a safety take one extra step backward before the ball is even snapped. His 4.2640 gives Justin Herbert something this offense has been missing. Instant fear for a team searching for explosive answers right now. That fear changes everything around it. If Thompson runs vertical, the defense has to respect the deep shot, because Herbert can reach it without forcing the throw. That opens the soft space for Ladd McConkey to work underneath, for Quentin Johnston to catch and run, and for Oronde Gadsden II or David Njoku to attack the middle. Mike McDaniel knows this trick well. One fast player can stretch coverage, but the real damage comes when everyone else gets cleaner grass. And that is why this rookie matters before he even proves himself on Sundays. Thompson does not need 10 targets to bend the field. He only needs the defense to believe one misstep can become a touchdown. That belief creates hesitation, and hesitation gives the Chargers oxygen. The passing game suddenly has space, timing, and panic built into the same snap, but speed only finishes the picture now. The offense still needs its engine, and that forgotten piece is waiting in the backfield. Omarion Hampton is the piece that can turn this whole Chargers plan from interesting into real trouble. His rookie year never got a fair, clean runway, because the ankle injury hit, the line kept changing, and the offense spent too much time fighting uphill. Still, in 9 games he gave them 545 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, plus receiving work that showed more than power. That is not a finished story. That is a warning. Behind him, the room finally has different answers. Kimani Vidal proved he could carry real work when the door opened, finishing with 643 rushing yards and 3 scores. Then Keaton Mitchell brings the kind of burst that can flip a tired defense in one cut. Add Alec Ingold in front, add Mike McDaniel calling runs that stretch and punish angles, and suddenly Justin Herbert does not have to throw through chaos every week. The run game can be the thing that calms the storm. And the timing matters because the AFC West no longer feels locked. Patrick Mahomes is working back from a serious knee injury. Kansas City, Denver, and Las Vegas all have their own questions. The Los Angeles Chargers have questions too, especially with Chris O'Leary taking over a defense still led by Derwin James Jr. and Khalil Mack. But if Hampton becomes the engine, this team stops chasing respect and starts chasing the division. That is the part the league can no longer brush aside anymore.